Thank you much. First of all, I'd like to thank the chair for the history lesson as when we really got involved in higher education wholesale in the 1960s. And when I look right now at the things that make life so much more difficult for a young couple compared to when, say, my parents raised me, there are two areas that seem to be much more difficult for a middle-class family. One, of course, is the cost of health care has gone through the roof, and the other, the cost of higher education. Whether you're a student who wants to go to school or a parent who wants to help your children, things are much more difficult. And one has to wonder whether it was the federal government involvement in education in the 1960s that has done that. Secondly, I think so highly of my chairman. It frustrates me when he gets something wrong. I think we say too often that higher education is the secret to success. There are some degrees that can lead to success, and there are many paths to success that don't lead through higher education. The other weekend I was at home and I talked to a gal whose daughter works at a major factory in my district. She's doing okay. She didn't go to college, started working in the factory right away. According to her, she's got 3 friends on the line of that factory who are working with her, but they all went to college first and have a nice big student debt of $20,000 to $40,000. They got, in other words, they could keep working in that factory without going to college at all. It to me says that we've got to begin to hold these universities accountable. And I realize, I don't mean to be partisan, I realize the universities are an important constituency for the Democrats, but right now they have too often oversold the value of their product. And I think to have a good higher ed bill, we have to hold them a little bit more accountable. I also think we have to do more to make sure that people don't take out these debts in the first place. Okay, there was a time where universities could say, I am not going to allow you to take out more than X amount because you don't need it. And I would have liked to see us push through that sort of bill. I know the universities fight it because the universities don't want to be held accountable. But there are so many people you run into that it should have been predictable that they would wind up with a job that is not commensurate with paying off these size of debts. 2 other comments. I know we're into this idea where if you get involved in public service, we're going to pay off your loan. I don't like that because somehow it implies that a public service job is better than a job not in public service. And, you know, as somebody who I've got a lot of public service jobs in my district, but I have a lot of jobs that aren't public service. I don't think we should discriminate against. I think got some of it in there. I don't think we should be discriminating that much against jobs in the private sector. And finally, I like the fact that you're trying to do something about allowing people to refinance loans. I don't know whether this bill is going to get out of the Senate, but that is such a valuable thing. I hope we can eventually pass a freestanding bill on that issue to put pressure on the Senate to take it up so we can actually accomplish a few things this cycle. But thank you.